Okay. When it comes to finding an equilibrium for your dealing range, first thing you want to do is get in sync with algos to figure out what dealing range they're dealing with. The way I do this, and we're looking at daily candles, these can be minute candles, 15-minute candles, whatever time frame you're watching, whatever time frame you're trying to get synced up with. I like to look to see, okay, we're consolidating right here. We got some nice consolidation going on. I know the algos like to consolidate at equilibrium. So now I want to get in sync with the algos. It's two different ways you can do this. I'm showing you the first way when you're trying to figure out a bigger range, just a broader range you're trying to figure out, right? So it's consolidating here. So the first thing I like to do, I like to go to the last predominant low, last predominant swing low, which is right here, right? So I grab a fib and I'll start at that swing low, and then I'll just start going back up to high. Wait, let me lock this so I get on the low. I go to that low, and then I just start going back to highs until, you know what I'm saying, I'll get to an area where the consolidation is falling on the 50%, right? Now, if that's making sense with what's going on in the what's the name, I'd be like, okay, boom, that's my dealing range, right? But if it's not making sense with what's going on in my dealing range, then I'll say, okay, let me check the next low, right? Which would be there, right? And then it ain't falling into equilibrium. I'll be like, okay, let me check that low. It ain't falling into equilibrium. So I'll like, okay, so yeah, boom. That is making sense, because when I check all the other lows, that don't make sense. So now, boom, that's the dealing range. And then I say, okay, boom, that's equilibrium for that dealing range. That's when I ain't got no clue and I'm just trying to get in sync with the algos, right? Now, the second way I do it typically, like especially when it comes to the daily dealing range, right? The easiest way to do it for the daily dealing range, start at the high of the day, boom, the low of the day, with your fibs, then 50% of that range, that's your equilibrium right there. So go in, mark out the equilibrium for the daily. That's going to be 458, right? We got that on 458. That's how you get the dealing range for the day. Just go to the low, from the low to the high of the that day. The daily dealing range and the weekly dealing range, those are the easiest ones to find, right? That's the daily. Put it on weekly candles. Boom. Go to the weekly. So then, boom, I go from the, hey, today was the low and the high of the week. Let's go back and pick a last week. Let's go back and pick last week, right? Because the day was the low and the high of the week. So it's going to be the same range, right? So if I'm trying to find equilibrium for last week, I just put it on the low and the high of the week, and boom, that'll be the equilibrium for last week. Now that I got my daily high and low, right? Let's drop down to an hourly, and let's just say we're trying to figure out where we at inside the spectrum of time, what's going on in the spectrum of time throughout, you know what I'm saying, like a move, right? So going through, so this is our daily equilibrium right there for the price range of the day, right? We're looking for price after we'd have taken out, you know what I'm saying, this buy side liquidity. We wanted to come back to at least equilibrium right there, right? That's the daily equilibrium. Now let's say we on lower time frames and we're trading within the day, them some big candles. So let's go inside here. All right, boom. Now we want to look at, we say, okay, price came up and we set an order block right here. I don't think price is going to drop back down below that order block. So I want to take an entry, you know what I'm saying, on some of these PDAs within this area, within this range from this order block to the high, right? So all you do is go from the order block to the high. Boom, that's your equilibrium right there for that price range right there. Boom, that's your equilibrium from that price range right there. Is that going to be a real equilibrium? I don't know, but you just base it off of price action. You know what I'm saying? You base it off price action. Price, you know what I'm saying, show you a reason, like you just want to look at that price leg, you base it off price actions, right? It goes from here to there. That's a new piece of a price leg because we came up, consolidated, took off again. So that's the second part of this entire price leg, right? So you go from the low to the high of that price leg, and that's your equilibrium for the top half of this right here. So now you got, and if you want to break the daily range into quadrants, right? You can go from the equilibrium to the highest point, right? From equilibrium to the highest point, right? That's equilibrium of the premium. And then you go from the low to equilibrium, right? And that right there would be equilibrium. I done copied everything. That right there would be equilibrium for the discount. And that's how you break your whole dealing range down into quadrants. Now you got a premium, right, on the daily. You got a premium on the daily. I thought I had a template for this. I guess I don't. All right, we got a premium for the daily. So we're just going to go up here and make this red. Right. Then we got a discount for the daily. We're going to make this green. Right. Then we got a discount of the discount. It's going to make it a darker green. Right. We got a discount. A premium of the discount. All right. I put that down too low. Yes, I did. Premium of the discount. We're just going to make that red. All right. It's right here. I don't know how that got way down there. There you go. All right. And then we got premium of the premium. That's how you break it down into quadrants. And that's how you find your discount of the premium. And that's how you break it down in quadrants. That's how you break the day down into quadrants. That's how you get your equilibrium, right? For the whole, we got the whole dealing range for the day, right? We got the discount from equilibrium of the day to the low of the day for the day. We got the premium from the day from the equilibrium of the day to the high of the day, right? And then we broke it down into quadrants where we took it from equilibrium to the low, and the equilibrium of that gives you the discount of the discount and the premium of the discount. And then you do the same thing from equilibrium to the high, where you have a discount of the premium, and then you got a premium of the premium. And then you see how the algo leave little breadcrumbs throughout, right? So we moved all the way up to the top. We're in extreme premium now, right? If we come back down to at least equilibrium of the premium, there's a fair value gap right there. Look how the algos be leaving these little gems, right? If we come down to roughly a discount of the premium, right, but not back to equilibrium, there's an order block right there, right? So you can come to this fair value gap, take off. You can come to this order block, take off. You can come all the way back to equilibrium. There's a fair value gap right there, equilibrium. Take off, right? You can come down into the discount of the overall day. There's a fair value gap right there. You can take off, and then you come all the way back down. There's nothing here at the exact equilibrium of the thing, but when you come into a discount of discount, there's a fair value gap right there. You can hit that and take off, you know, probably only back to there and then push back down, you know what I'm saying? But that's how you break it down using the fibs, define your equilibriums on everything. And as you notice, the algos are leaving little breadcrumbs at key locations, you know what I'm saying, for price to potentially react off of. This can be a scalp, or this can be a break to new highs. This could be a scalp, or this could be a break to new highs. This could be a scalp, or this could be a break to new highs. Once you get down here to the discount, this can be a scalp, or it can be a break to new highs, right? So you just use targets. If you wait for it to get all the way down here to equilibrium, right? You want to see it blow through this order block, right? But then you're going to start watching this big liquidity void right here, right? Because you got a fair value gap there. You got a fair value gap here at equilibrium of the premium. So if you take an entry here, you will want to be shaving right around this area, not trying to make it back to this fair value gap or to this high, right? You want to be shaving around there, right? If you took it down all the way down here at this deep discount down there, if you got back to equilibrium, you want to be shaving, managing. You got back to this order block, you want to be shaving, managing. Get back to this fair value gap, you want to be shaving, managing. Don't be greedy. Use the PDAs. Go from PDA to PDA. You know what I'm saying? Take profit, shave. You know what I'm saying? Use it to see what it's doing and all of that right there. Hopefully that helps somebody.